Rosario brings people together. She's a perfect leader of the show.
In this story, Ahsoka hears whispers of the Empire returning, and she decides to enlist Hera's help.
We have to prepare for the worst.
Getting to play Ahsoka has been an absolute dream come true.
The newest series to hit Disney Plus recently is the Star Wars series Ahsoka, and with so many people growing up with her, seeing this character in many other aspects of the Star Wars universe, it seems that fans were really excited for the series to finally drop and are really attached to this character.
This is a hard thing. You're gonna have to be painted orange every day. You're gonna have to put a prosthetic on your head every day. You're gonna be training like a Jedi to learn how to lightsaber fight almost every day.
I'm playing someone who is an absolute expert, and so I really wanted to be able to physicalize that as much as possible.
Today we'll be going behind the scenes and seeing what it was like to put this character forward as the star of her own show.
Hera Syndulla is the leader of the Ghost crew. She's a pilot. Hera is such an incredible leader and fighter.
Mary is just great. I mean, every scene she's in was just awesome.
You and I both know who could help you with this. Oh my God, that is Sabine.
But before we get into more of these moments, some trivia for you. What year did this character first appear? Leave your guesses in the comments down below and stick around to the end of the video to find out if your answer was correct.
Ahsoka is a character that Dave Filoni created and worked with George Lucas on in the Clone Wars.
Originally, we didn't really know, exactly what the Clone Wars was going to be, and we made up our own little band of characters. There was a character that was a Jedi, and there was a Padawan, and thought we'll put them on adventures, but George had other ideas.
Becoming the character Ahsoka was a big step for the actress who plays her, Rosario Dawson, and she sits down and talks about that process as well as us getting to see the whole transformation as far as the makeup.
There are moments when I just stare at her and I'm just like, wow, she just looks like this thing I've drawn, but Rosario's done all the research. Like, she knows the character, but now she has to become it in a way that's never happened before.
Development of the series started way back in December of 2020, when Lucasfilm announced several spin-offs on Disney Plus, like The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett.
He says, well, let's give Anakin Skywalker a Padawan. And I was like, Anakin doesn't have Padawan. And he just looked at me and said, Anakin has a Padawan. And that was basically it. That's how Ahsoka came about.
The series begins after Ahsoka's appearances on The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, during which she is shown to be searching for the Grand Admiral throne. And this isn't the first time we have seen Rosario as Ahsoka in the Star Wars franchise. She was first seen in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, it actually, the thing that feels most awkward right now is talking with you. The posing and sort of the stances we're doing, that's not unusual, but speaking as Rosario while in Ahsoka is a little startling. I really love the transformation and really deep diving into who she is.
We also wanted to give a shout out to our DC Thursday winner. If you guys didn't know, we ask a challenging DC related trivia question over on our community tab. You answer it correct, you get a chance to have your answer featured here in one of our videos.
Natasha's so perfect for the character.
Sabine's already a warrior and very proven, and she's Ahsoka's former apprentice.
You never made things easy for me, Master. I love Sabine. She struggles with her emotions, she's impulsive. I think she's just relatable. She's got good intentions, but she doesn't always make the right decision.
We can also look at the moment she was cast and the conversation she has with Dave and how the look of the character was so similar to her in real life.
And now here we are. Fan cast BossLogic made an image of me as the character, and I retweeted it. It got to the attention of Dave, who saw it and was like, actually, yeah, she does kind of look like her, and kind of kept it back of mind because I was so passionate about it. And then when Mandalorian came up, I got the Skype call.
For a show starring a former Jedi and a Mandalorian warrior, it would be odd if combat weren't a key ingredient. Ahsoka's skills speak for themselves given her background.
Ahsoka's story and her growth has mirrored my own. As you see my style of storytelling mature, the stories got more complex. It had grown to the point where I wanted to take what I was doing in animation and really see if I could get it to this type of storytelling that I'd grown up with in Star Wars.
In a conversation between show creator Dave Filoni and Dawson, they discussed the need for emphasis on quantity and quality of the lightsaber fights, with Fiona saying, "There needs to be a lot of lightsaber fights, and they have to be good because our fans know the difference."
Rosario Dawson is such an incredibly powerful actress, and she loves this character.
I'm playing someone who is an absolute expert. I really wanted to be able to physicalize that as much as possible.
There need to be a lot of lightsaber fights, and they have to be good because our fans know the difference.
And Dawson saying, "I am playing someone who is an absolute expert. I really wanted to be able to physicalize that as much as possible. No matter how tired I was like, sign me up for more." So it's clear that Dawson will continue this character as long as she has the chance to.
George visited the set when we were filming the lightsaber fight in the Japanese garden, season 2. And I think it was really encouraging of Dave stepping up to this role. And so George would turn to Kathy and myself and be proud of Dave. He was Dave's teacher, and Dave was his apprentice.
And as much as Dawson loved playing the character, she did say a few things about the pressure of getting the character right.
What were you really like, if I nail this, I can pull it off?
Obviously the lightsabers, that's a real key one. But even in the vernacular, like, may the force be with you. You know, I remember the first time saying that line and just being like, wow, I've said this line so many times since I was a little girl. And now I'm saying it officially. May the force be with you.
And for those of you who are already hoping and praying for a season 2, we do have some good news. In June, Rosario Dawson said that she's got her ice packs ready to go for season 2. The actress who plays Ahsoka in live action seems excited for any future Star Wars projects.
I love the complexity of the characters in this. They're a bit unpredictable. They're all struggling with a set of circumstances, and they need each other.
Buckle up.
This is so powerful. This is provocative, exciting, and fun. I can't wait for people to watch it.
A season 2 of Ahsoka has seemed like a real possibility since Disney specifically indicated that the upcoming 2023 series is a season 1. On the flip side, like all projects nowadays, it's important that fans tell the creators that it would be worth doing a season 2. And by that, I mean the viewing numbers.
Rosario Dawson is just such an incredibly powerful actress, and she loves this character. I think everything about who Ahsoka is just brought to life in a way that almost nobody else could.
She not only gets a character, but she gets like the Star Wars of it all, which is an important ingredient. You have to be in it.
But given that this is a very likable character and has been for a while, it's more than likely that a season 2 could be concrete, especially with what the star said. I really hope that fans love it. That means A, we get to do more, and B, we've honored the legacy of this character and this journey, and I know that's what we intended to do.
Being on set in this show and with this cast and the crew, everyone loves it so much that you would think something that at this level might be a bit stressful, or people might be stressed out at the pressure of it, and it's the opposite. Everyone's overjoyed at every minute and giddy and happy and relaxed.
Ahsoka will consist of 8 episodes, the first 2 of which premiered on August 22nd, 2023, and scheduled to conclude on October 3rd. We can also look at the story behind Ahsoka's journey.
When I watched The Mandalorian with my mom, and I say, may the force be with you. She literally did like a slow turn towards me with tears in her eyes. I feel grateful to be a part of something so truly iconic.
We can also sit down with Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni and what the thought process of how they brought this story to life.
You know, the head tails and the makeup, like what does that look like? Can a performer bring that to life in a way that is meaningful, and people love that character? So is it going to feel right to them? It's going to feel right to us. And I was very fortunate. The whole thing kind of came together for me with Rosario.
Other cast members include Ray Stevenson, Mary Winstead, and David Tennant. And Mary actually lets fans know what series to watch ahead of this one so you don't get lost.
Going back to, not even on Rebels, but the Bad Batch, kind of starting with that. I mean, that for me was so great to get to see her as a child, because anytime as an actor, if you can figure out what your character went through as a child, it's so instrumental in figuring out kind of who they are as a person.
And as far as the answer to our trivia question, Ahsoka Tano was introduced in the 2008 Clone Wars animated film, serving as a pilot for the television series of the same name, as a 14-year-old. Former Jedi Knight Ahsoka Tano once served as a Padawan learner to the Jedi Anakin Skywalker during the Clone Wars.
And can I just say, I think the relationship between these characters is one of the things that was so exciting. It was very different, obviously, on Mandalorian and Boba Fett. You got to see a lot of Ahsoka's, I think, loneliness. You know, she's really kind of out there fighting the good fight, oftentimes kind of on her own, or is she?
A respected leader and warrior, attuned to the light side of the Force, Ahsoka grew into a formidable fighter before the Empire's reign changed the course of galactic history.
We have to maintain that sense of fun, adventure, and imagination.
It's quite extraordinary, actually, bringing this to life.
But we wanted to turn this around to you guys. What are your thoughts on all of these moments, and what do you hope for the rest of the season? Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on for more videos just like this. That's it for today though. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye guys.
This mentor-student relationship that passes from Anakin to Ahsoka to Sabine.
There is nothing easy about being a Jedi.
It's quite extraordinary. Bring this to life.
When the stakes are this high,